Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and I just want to share this cutest fucking deck that just arrived from Italy. It's by Maria Molteni, or Maria Molteni. I just say it Italian way, Maria Molteni. And she created this fascinating deck because, as you can see, her suits are based on rosary beads, and she has added asteroid cards as well. So 50 beads, so 5 times 10, which we pray on the rosary. She has a suit for each one of them, so she added an extra suit to like 4 suits of traditional stellascope and stellascopa Italian, traditional Italian game. Maria is Italian from heritage, and the beads that she counts on a rosary is 61, so she needed, aside from the 5 suits that she created, she needed another 11 cards. So these are the asteroid cards, and she has just fulfilled completed a successful Kickstarter campaign for this deck. I'm the first one to actually hold the cards. I think now maybe they have arrived to her, but I was the first person to have the cards because her printing company is in Italy, and because I'm in Europe, she graciously asked them to send me a copy of the deck to Poland from Europe. So no fees for me, hooray! So thanks, Maria. I actually think that she's a fascinating person all in one, like as an artist. I think there's just something amazing about the way she puts things out, how she looks at the world. I'm really excited to have her over for an interview on Inspired Tarot Map. But let's just, without further ado, go into the deck. This is going to be a walkthrough slash minute review. So I just wanted to share this deck. You can still get this deck if you want. The Kickstarter is finished, but you can, like pre-order your deck on Maria's website, which I'm going to link below. And if you like me and you like unique, original, strange decks that you can, kind of think of how to use, you are going to be up for a treat. So the deck comes in the box. So on the bottom of the box, 2023 Molteni, this is Maria's surname. Stellascopa, translated to sweeping stars or counting to infinity, contando al finito in Italian. And you can see that this is printed in Italy as well. The deck gets this beautiful foil, and the box is steady. It's really cool. I really like it, and I love the size of the cards. Oh my god, it's so cute when they're small, isn't it? Everybody probably has Rider-Waite-Smith, so just to give you an indication of what the size of the cards is, they're much smaller and they fit into the hand. I'm just thinking of my friend Lina. She always complains about the size of the cards because she's got really small hands, so she can, it's difficult to handle bigger cards. Well, this one will be just fine. Okay, so here we have these 5 suits, each for 10 cards, for all the, for 10 beads of the Mary prayers or the rosary, and you can pray to whoever you want. And I'm going to show you how the cards look, and they're based on the traditional Scopa Italian game, which looks a little bit like Tarot de Marseille, really. I think have the Italian cards somewhere. Let me just actually see if I can share with you. So here's the traditional Scopa game that I have. It's from Napoli, Napoletane, Plasticate Modiano. So I wasn't sure if this is Scopa, but it actually says here it's Scopa. Everything is Italian. Briscola it's also called, or Scopa, or maybe that's 2 different. I think it's the same. So anyway, this is how it looks. So you have 4 knights, 4 kings, and 4 pages. So these are the court cards. I don't know where the women went, but that aside, then you have, so it's 4 suits like in, in traditional tarot decks. You have 4 suits. So this is the traditional Scopa cards, and they kind of small as well, even smaller. They're more like poker size type. So Maria's take on the traditional Scopa game with her artistic, brilliant, imagery looks like this. So we have 5 suits. There is on each of the suits you have stones from her collection, and in the labyrinth suits you have like asteroids. And what she did, she says that when she didn't have the rosary, she was counting on fingers when she was, praying. So she has hands as well, and all the numbers of the kind of elements is marked on the fingers. And of course, each of these little elements can be added to our interpretation of the cards. So the suit of the labyrinth is the suit of ether, so it's the 5th element. And you can see that labyrinth with the asteroids has this foil on the stones. So I'm just going to go through this quickly so that you can, take a look. If you go to Maria's Kickstarter page, there is beautiful description. So we have this from, as I said, from 1 till 7, and then she adds rather than having page, knight and the king, she has different astrological planets or points, and 3 planets, Mercury, Mars and Venus. And here, if you see the last card with the most number of the stones or asteroids, has also the fingers in the foil. The deck is such a beauty. Like when I opened the cards, I was like, oh my god, this is like the cutest fucking thing. Look at this. It's really, it sparkles, it's small, the paper quality is wonderful, the artwork is amazing. And let's go through the suit of cups. So you can use it as, like minors, and you can use this asteroid suit as couple of majors. There is not really all the majors in here, but I'm going to invent my way of playing with this. I think I'm going to use it more as elemental cards and see what the hands are doing. And here we have this foil, the blue foil, and it's Pisces, Scorpio and Cancer, so water element with water signs of the zodiac. And then this is coins, so like the gravestones, and again stones and graves. And the last card with the 6 and with the 7, with the 7 elements, has this foil on the fingers, and then the earth suit, so Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus. And then we have the element of fire, the pine cones as fire, like clubs, wands or bastoni. So this is yellow, the fire. So one of my cards had this mark here, but I hope it was just minor. And of course the last card with the 7, and then Aries, Sagittarius and Leo. And then the last suit is the suit of obelisks, and it's element of air. So for her it's swords, spades. So we have 2, of course the foil, and then we have Gemini, Aquarius and Libra, so all the air signs. So this is all the suits. I haven't shuffled it yet, so I can't wait. I have used the asteroids, which she says you can use like as majors, but I suggest you learn about the stories of the asteroids. Maria has also a class that she will be offering with another lady in April. Some of the Kickstarter backers, I think, get this class for free. I'm not sure how expensive it is, but I don't think it's very expensive, like 30 euros or something. So you can guys also check it out, just if you're curious about asteroids. The suits have the sweeping stars, you know, so the brooms in the backs, and these have the comets because the asteroids are like comets. So here we have asteroid Vesta, and you have number of the asteroid. So, and there's a list of asteroids, heaps of them, Urania is connected very often to astrology. Vesta, of course, belongs to one of the 4 main asteroids right now, very often used by astrologers. Anyway, Urania, there is Ceres, yes, so Great Mother Ceres. And there's Hecate, number 100. I use her sometimes also in my readings. Arachne, very often connected to our spinning ability, so to our creative side, to our work or to our work purpose, to what we like to be doing in life. Just symbolically, of course, I'm saying Lilith is here with this fascinating symbol as well. Polyhymnia or Polymnia. I don't know this one too well. I will check her out. Sappho, the poet. Iris, Aries, also very famous now, and Medusa. I wish there was a Sedna, because I always use Sedna, I always use Aries, I always use Ceres, Vesta. Yeah, so you can use these, like what I did, I just shuffled them, you know, and I pulled them as like majors, let's say open reading kind of style. So you have one layer of those asteroids to go with, so you have the mythical stories that you can, you know, use in your interpretation. And then I used another deck to add, you know, on top of the cards. So what does Ceres want me to know? Let's say, what does, you know, Hecate want me to know? What does Lilith want me to know? And so on. So you can play like this. I haven't really, as I said, invented many ways yet to play with the minors. It's easy to play with majors only, you know, with major only decks. But now I'm thinking, oh, I've got to figure out what to do with those minors. We have the astrological signs here, so, you know, there's possibilities, definitely. And of course, when you purchase the deck, you also receive the zine or the PDF version of the zine, and you can, Maria explains in the like how to use the Scopa game, so there's the rules. To be honest, when I started reading it, I'm just not the best person to read rules. Somebody just has to fucking tell me because I'm like reading the rules and I always just get lost and bored, so I can't even finish reading it. But I probably won't be playing, you know, using the deck to play Scopa game, but maybe, who knows, I don't know. I'm not saying never, but I probably will use it more in some way, in some oracular way. So let's just see. As you can see, it shuffles really cool. So what can we do? I don't know. Let's just pull one asteroid. Oh no, the one which we don't know. Okay, so what does Polyhymnia want us to know? So let's pull 3 cards and we see what we can kind of gather out of the deck without really knowing the rules. But we know about the colors, we know about the elements, numbers, and so on. So let's see. Polyhymnia. So first of all, she comes up as Mercury and Pisces. So a water element, maybe a dreamer. You know, Mercury is a planet of communication. It's a planet that Mercury as a god, he was the only one who could travel in between the worlds. We have the what looks like a full moon here, and we have this infinity sign. We have one hand that kind of is trying to maybe hold on to something, and one which releases things. So does it feel to you like Polyhymnia maybe is emotional, but also like very dreamy? There's 2 wells, so she might feel like a well of wisdom, and maybe she's inviting us to kind of, you know, be a little bit like in between the hard rock and the and the full moon. So a little bit between the logic and use the logic and also use your intuition. Something along these lines comes to mind. What else? Polyhymnia. And here now we have 5 of Swords. So again, you can use it as a tarot kind of, you know, interpretation. But I kind of feel like there is something that this hand is really like pointing to. It feels like, I don't know, like the invitation to these guys to maybe change perspective I feel like she's showing this particular element to like, see, you can also do it this way. That's what I kind of keep getting from this card. So maybe Polyhymnia could be like a guide. I don't know, feels like guidance. If we take into consideration Five of Swords as a tarot card, it could be that somebody is taking, like, you know, the center stage and not really making any space for any other elements. But I feel in this particular case, intuitively, like, change your perspective, take a look. You can also stand up, you know, you don't have to always go sideways. So something like this is the message that Polyhymnia is giving me. And then we pick one more. Oh, and we have Swords again, and now we have Seven of Swords. So this is like the last card with this beautiful foil. So before the court cards, and now we have two hands, but we don't really, you know, not all the fingers are marked, and we have like this struggle. Now this element that stood up straight kind of disappears, and we have like a fight going on. So it seems like often Polyhymnia maybe encourages us to change the perspective, and maybe she's also able to show us somehow so that we can feel, if we don't change the perspective, how the energy might get stuck, you know. I'm curious what Polyhymnia is. I'm actually, let me just check quickly. So yes, Polyhymnia, of course, she was muse of sacred poetry, sacred hymn, dance, eloquence, also well as agriculture and pantomime. So her name comes from the Greek words poly, meaning many, hymnos also, and prize. She was depicted as very serious, pensive and meditative, and often holding a finger to her mouth, dressed in a long cloak and veil and resting her elbow on a pillar. Polyhymnia is also sometimes credited as being a muse of geometry and meditation. So here we go, number 33, very kind of Jesus-like. I like her sigil. She feels like she is in a cave and she is thinking, like holding her hand up to her head. We have two cards from Suit of Swords, so very kind of intellectual. Because it's connected to air element, but we also had this Mercury, which is also very air element, but in water sign. So that maybe gives her this meditative, serious, pensive kind of contemplative energy as well. So anyway, this is for now what I kind of figured out. I really love the look of these cards. I love how it feels how they feel in the hand. I love this beautiful foil. Everything is like really a perfection. I will try to figure out a spread with each of the cards from the suits, like a rosary spread. I think that's going to be fun. And I wish the box had like a little, you know, things for fingers, because when there is no cards in the box, like it's kind of like you can do it, but it's not so easy to open up. But anyway, this is 10 out of 10 for me. So if Maria is watching it, I hope she is proud of herself, because this is pretty amazing and I just love the look of it. So there you go, guys, counting to infinity, Stellescopa or Sweeping Stars, beautiful rosary kind of inspired deck. How fascinating. Thanks for watching. Check my nails. See you soon. Bye.